my god, wow, that was something, wasn't it? I got a lot of rewards, which kind of sucks, because this is a YouTube channel. Yeah, this is definitely an A+. Plus. I could not breathe throughout the entire episode. Um, when it ended, I was like, wow, that felt like it was 20 minutes long, but alas, it was like 45 minutes long. Every episode of Call Saul this season feels extremely short because at the whole time you're at the edge of your seat, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? Thought like after last episode, the mid-season finale, I was like, there's no way they could keep this momentum going after that big climax, but nope, it just goes trugging right along, just like the final season of Breaking Bad did. Like, man, this final season is going on a just big ride, like first with Nacho's death, Harold's death, and now with Lalo. Oh my god. It's just filled with tension the entire time, and that of course has to do with the brilliant writing as well as the directing from Vince Gilligan. He is amazing. Um, I loved Breaking Bad, I loved El Camino, and I love this, so also his X-Files episodes. So anything this man is making in the future, I'm immediately watching it. He's achieved that status of just genius for me. The acting by Bob Odenkirk and Rhea Seehorn was fantastic, though. Just shock of losing Howard and their concern for each other when Lalo makes them go on their mission is just very traumatized. Like, it's just very hard to watch because, especially Kim is always put together well. See, Neville shows weaknesses usually. She's always very, like, coordinated. But she was terrified this episode. It's something about that. Seeing a character who's always so strong feel so weak and helpless. That feels so much more powerful than a character like the lady from Temple of Doom, who's always weak and powerless. Then you're not surprised, but this time you really feel it. And Rhea Seehorn is, so happy she got nominated for an Emmy, even though the Emmys suck, and I hate celebrity award shows. But at least it's getting credit where credit's due. And the scene where Jimmy is laying on the floor, looking at Howard's dead body, was very just upsetting, unsettling. Reminded me a lot of the scene in Ozymandias when Walt has to look at Hank's dead body. It's just very tragic, and I felt the feel for both of them. Um, yeah, it's just brilliant across the board. And of course, that sequence with Lalo and Gus was very tense. Even though one of these people make it into Breaking Bad and the other one doesn't, I kind of knew how it was going to end. But the way it was, very satisfying death for a very amazing villain. Tony Dalton has definitely entered my favorite TV villains list with his portrayal, and he went out in a very epic way. And Gus got a really good moment, killing him this episode. And it's kind of, you know, ironic that Howard and Lalo, oh, they're together forever now in the basement or underneath Walt and Jesse's lab. So technically, yes, they are in Breaking Bad. Um, so I really don't know where we go from here. This feels like a lot like Mr. Robot or Mayor of Easttown. We're like halfway through the final season, well, last couple episodes left. Something crazy happens like this, and you're like, okay, so I bet the ending's gonna be anticlimactic, but it isn't. I have the same feeling with this show. I said I don't really know what's gonna happen. Besides, with Gus and Saul himself, not well, not Gene, but at least through Breaking Bad. My theory is that maybe Jimmy and Kim are gonna break up after this. Kim's had enough, and she's probably just gonna leave him. Maybe she gets implicated in Howard's death somehow, and she has to call the vacuum cleaner, but I feel like that's less likely because Mike took care of it. So I feel like she's just gonna leave and move to another city or something like that. Um, yeah, I really don't know what's gonna happen, but that's probably the only prequel I could say that about. Honestly, the only prequel I have no idea how it's gonna end. I think that's so creative, isn't it? So let me know what you guys thought of this episode. It was probably one of the best ones of the series. I give it an A plus, and that is very rare because I never give things A pluses. Um, so yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.